Relationships aren't always easy. Everyone's had their ups and downs with their partners, and things come and go all the time. Obviously, the same goes for celebrities, but the only difference is that they have their private lives exposed for all to judge. Some celebrities have seen their marriages crash and burn in front of the public, and today we're gonna talk about them as we count down the top 10 celebrities who destroyed their marriages. At number 10, Mike Caussin. I stand by the saying, once a cheater, always a cheater, and so do a lot of other people who've been in failed relationships. Once your partner does you wrong, it takes a lot to regain that trust, and sometimes after a bond is broken, it can never be mended. This seems to have been the case with football player Mike Caussin and his wife, singer and actress Jana Kramer. The couple faced a cheating scandal back in 2016, and after that they spent the next few years trying to work on their marriage, trying to reconcile after this drama affected them so greatly, but the couple recently called it quits on their marriage when Jana took to social media in late April to announce their divorce. Her message to the public read, quote, "It's time. As I try to make sense of a reality I never wanted to believe could be possible again, those words have now become a reality. I've fought, y'all. I've loved hard. I've forgiven. I've put the work in. I've given everything I have, and now I have nothing else to give." End quote. The couple briefly split following the cheating scandal I mentioned before, where Mike's secrets were exposed, and though they were able to make amends to try and work on regaining their bond, things just weren't meant to work out in the long term, it seems. In her filings, Jana also cited the causes and reasons for their divorce, saying that, quote, "Inappropriate marital conduct, irreconcilable differences, and adultery were the reasons behind their failed marriage." At number 9, Bill Gates. When news first broke of Bill and Melinda Gates' divorce, it came as a shock to a lot of people, but once more information started to come out about Melinda's side of the relationship, people got to see that the divorce was fueled by a lot of Bill's actions. We have been finding out about how unhappy Melinda was in her marriage, but it turns out that the tipping point in the couple's marriage came after Bill started getting a little too close to Jeffrey Epstein. Information has come out suggesting that Melinda had made the decision to begin the divorcing process in 2019 after a report by the New York Times had linked Bill and Jeffrey. Melinda had previously warned Bill about Epstein and his business when they first met back in 2013. However, despite her forewarnings, Bill allegedly continued to meet with Epstein, later leading him to getting exposed for their friendship when Epstein was arrested in 2019. Melinda allegedly wanted to get out of her marriage as soon as she realized that Bill was in too deep with Epstein because she knew that their connection would end badly and she did not want to deal with that. If Bill hadn't gotten so close to Epstein, maybe things would have been different. Now, before we carry on with the list, I would like to ask you guys to consider leaving a like on this video if you're enjoying it so far, and also head on over to my gaming channel Viper Girl if you're interested in gaming content, because I have lots of fun stuff going on over there and you don't want to miss it, so go check it out and subscribe while you're there. At number 8, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Cheating scandals can be a huge deal among celebrities, and this next one is kind of chaotic and very messy. Basically, actor and former governor of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger, was caught in a very messy and high-profile cheating scandal that not only brought life into the world, but also ruined relationships. In 1997, Arnold had an affair with the family's former housekeeper Patty, and she soon became pregnant with his son. At the very same time, his wife was also expecting their 4th kid. As if the universe was wanting to make things extra spicy for Arnold, both his wife and mistress ended up giving birth within 5 days of each other, though they wouldn't find out about this until about a decade later. Much like all secrets, they have to come out eventually, and Arnold ended up coming clean to his wife about his affair in 2007. This information wasn't immediately shared with the public until 2011, where things blew up. Arnold revealed his infidelity to the public after announcing that he and his wife Maria were separating, while also revealing the truth about his kid with his mistress. This scandal hit his family really hard, and it ruined many of his relationships. At number 7, Jesse James. If you've ever been cheated on, then you know how awful it is. Finding out that your partner has been unfaithful is always heartbreaking, but finding out that it happened multiple times is a feeling that I honestly couldn't imagine. Serial cheating is something that greatly affected Jesse James and drag racer Alexis DeJouria's relationship after it was discovered that there was a lot of secrets being kept and a lot of infidelity. After a very messy cheating scandal, Jesse and Alexis ended their relationship after 7 years together. This breakup was really chaotic for the both of them because it was revealed that Jesse had cheated on his wife with at least 20 different women. According to some sources, Jesse would sneak many women into his house, as well as fly women out to Austin where he lived to hook up with them in hotel rooms. It was also reported that even after everything Jesse did, Alexis tried to work things out with him, but he wasn't interested in making things work with her. Cheating is always the one way to completely destroy your relationship with someone, and Jesse is known for doing this since he also had a similar scandal with Sandra Bullock while they were together. At number 6, Joe Exotic. Wondering what's going on with Joe Exotic? Probably not, but I'll tell you anyway. After rising to fame last year following the Tiger King documentary, some people decided to check in on Joe Exotic from time to time, even though he's behind bars. Joe was sent to prison for his crimes, including his attempt at ending the life of his rival, Carol Baskin, as well as animal endangerment. In the docuseries, we also learned about Joe's personal life, including his relationship with his husband Dylan Passage. Dylan was one of the few men that Joe was married to, but now we're learning that a long-distance relationship from behind bars isn't the healthiest, as Joe and Dylan have announced their divorce. Dylan told sources that things have been very difficult to maintain when your partner is in jail for the next 20 years or so, and so they made the decision to end their marriage. If Joe didn't commit the crimes that he did, then maybe things would have been different and he would still be married. Joe has said that Dylan was helping him get through his time in prison, so now it seems like he'll be going it alone. At number 5, Brad Pitt. The last few marriages Brad Pitt has been in have not been the most successful, and he's kind of to blame. Before Brad and Angelina were able to take Hollywood by storm as a power couple, Brad and Jennifer Aniston were a thing, and they had a good thing going for a while until infidelity came in and ruined things. The couple got married in 2000 in a ceremony in Malibu, but come 2005, things started to break down. Brad and Angelina met while working on the film Mr. and Mrs. Smith in the summer of that year, and Brad fell hard for Angie. There was some cheating involved, and eventually Brad and Jen split up, making room for Angelina to enter the picture. Fast forward about a decade and the couple got married, only to divorce shortly after that because of some family drama, among other things. Brad seems to be really good at destroying his marriages, and honestly, that's not a good talent to have. At number 4, Eminem. Rapper Eminem, aka Marshall Mathers, has had a rocky relationship with his ex-wife Kim Scott, and it's sort of been that way since the very beginning. They met in the late 80s when Marshall was 15 and Kim was 13, and they became pretty dependent on each other. They lived together at his family home, later beginning a romantic relationship, moving in together, and having a daughter. After years of being an on-again, off-again couple, the two got married shortly before Marshall's first major tour. It was then that Kim saw Marshall and their relationship as imperfect, and she started to doubt whether she wanted this type of life for herself. Kim said that after the tour, Marshall got a big ego, and he started treating her as someone that was not worthy of his love and presence because he was a big star. Kim also alleged that her husband had been cheating on her. The rapper's career had a very negative effect on their relationship, and so 2 years after tying the knot, they divorced. Maybe Eminem wasn't ready to handle the fame he was getting, and that's what affected the relationship, but the bottom line here is that Kim didn't like how he had changed and how she was being treated, so she left. At number 3, Jude Law. Jude Law was involved in a cheating scandal in the early 2000s that destroyed his marriage to Sienna Miller and left a lot of people a little taken aback. After getting engaged in 2004, Jude Law was exposed for cheating on his fiancée with a woman named Daisy Wright. In 2006, Daisy, the nanny for Jude's children, came forward about how she and Jude were allegedly having an affair. She ended up spilling the beans on their entire relationship in an interview she did with the Sunday Mirror, and she went in depth about her affair with the actor, sharing every scandalous detail. A lot of people were shocked to hear about this whole affair, but eventually Jude came clean to the public about everything and issued an apology to Sienna. He ruined his marriage to be because he decided to cheat, so that's pretty unfortunate that their marriage ended before it even began. At number 2, Jay-Z. Even the biggest celebrity couples have their problems. Take Beyonce and Jay-Z for example. Though this couple is seen by many as a Hollywood power couple, always standing by each other's sides, even they have had their troubles with infidelity. It all started when Solange and Jay-Z got into that big elevator fight at the Met. There was a lot of drama surrounding that fight because no one really knew what provoked it until word came out saying that it was because Jay-Z had cheated. Though no one really acknowledged or spoke about this apparent infidelity, things got worse when Beyonce low-key exposed her husband's infidelity on her album Lemonade, where she made several subtle and not so subtle comments on her husband's alleged affair. Jay-Z had to respond with his music where he apologized to his wife for his infidelity and addressed some of their relationship issues. After all this drama both in and out of the music world, they were able to seek out couples therapy and rebuild their relationship, but for a while there, things looked bad and Jay-Z had pretty much destroyed the relationship for a bit. And finally, at number 1, Kanye West. Kanye has been through a lot lately. He lost the presidential race and now he's lost his marriage. Kim and Kanye's relationship looked like it had been on his last life for a while, especially after all of that drama between Kanye and the Kardashians following his presidential campaign rant and Twitter meltdowns. There was, however, a lot more going on behind the scenes that we didn't know about. Apparently, there came a point where things just became too complicated and too toxic to handle. Kim talked about some of the rocky things that happened with her and Kanye towards the end, like how he spent much of his time away from his family in Wyoming and how their communication was at an all-time low. There was also reports that Kim and Kanye were fighting a lot, and there was also a rumor that Kanye had tried to sleep with another woman while married to Kim. According to the reality star, Kanye also didn't really want to contribute to fixing the relationship, even though they both knew that things weren't working anymore. So maybe if he had just put more effort in, things would have been different. Now I want you guys to tell me if you've ever experienced a really bad breakup. Every couple is different and every breakup can be different too, so tell me about your experiences down in the comments. Anyways, that's it for this list. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button to see more, and make sure that notification bell is also turned on so you know when we have a new upload. I've been your host, Brie Room, and until next time, stay safe, make good choices, and stay groovy, friends. Bye!